What's going on, guys? Today we're going to be checking out kind of an older card game here. It is called Superfight, a game of absurd arguments. A game by Jack Dyer, creator of Red Flags and Blank Mary Kill. This is produced by Skybound Games. Skybound, you might recognize with some of the comic book stuff and things, but this is Superfight. Now, immediately, you can see the packaging, and you can immediately think of another card game that has black and white cards and also has something around the words of absurd with it. This kind of works in a similar sense of some of those other games, except this has a pretty interesting new design idea. So we are going to set the Superfight box lid to the top here. The game does come with some blanks that we don't really use, so we're going to set those to the side as well. And so here's how the game works. You have your black cards. These are abilities for a superhero. And then you have your white cards. These are the superheroes themselves. And so you first start out, I believe you pick up 3 white cards. And so we are going to see a turtle, Jason, and Mike Tyson. Now we're going to assume Jason here is Jason Voorhees. So we're going to put Jason Voorhees down, and we're going to put down Mike Tyson. I think that's going to be a really cool battle. So, Jason and Mike Tyson. So, let's say I choose Jason, and let's say my opponent chooses Mike Tyson. Now, we get 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, just for the sake of the video. I believe you can do more black cards, but that doesn't matter too much. So, for me, I've got armed with a harpoon gun, locked in a shark cage, or is really into fonts. So as you can see, some of these aren't as really cool, but I'm going to say armed with a harpoon gun. I think that's going to be really neat. We're going to put these away. We're going to put them back with the rest of the cards. And then our Mike Tyson character can be in a jet fighter, covered in spikes, or wearing a jetpack. I like both of these. These are both flying things, but we're going to say in a jet fighter. And then once that is done, these are not revealed to each other yet, by the way. These are only... these are flipped over, like so. And then finally, one random card is drawn for each side. And then so we go into our fight. So we have Jason Voorhees, armed with a harpoon gun and is 9 feet tall, versus Mike Tyson, who is in a jet fighter and is also 9 feet tall. What are the odds, for the sake of the video, for us to have the same abilities? Now, being 9 feet tall in a jet fighter might be interesting. However, we do have Jason Voorhees armed with a harpoon gun, who is also 9 feet tall. So, if I were to argue for the Jason side, I would say there's no way Mike Tyson could fit in a fighter jet being 9 feet tall, and he would crash land with it. And then it would just become a simple case of Jason hitting him, with a harpoon gun. Now, here's where the fun part about the game of absurd arguments come into play. It is essentially a trial. These two are now in an argumentative trial. Me with my Jason and my opponent with my Mike Tyson now have a certain allotted time to the other players to, fight in a verbal argument on why Jason with a harpoon gun would meet Mike Tyson in a jet fighter. The 9 feet tall thing kind of cancels each other out in a sense. However, this is kind of the basic part of Superfight, and this is the really cool part about Superfight. It's super easy, super basic. Winner gets to stay out on the field, and the loser is put away. Once the winner beats 2 more people, so we're just going to say a random spider. Interesting. And so the spider is, that's the jet fighter one. Let me try different cards for once. Can clone self, but each clone is half the size of the previous. So we better hope for being something bigger. And then armed with ghost pepper spray. So this spider doesn't really have much of a chance, in my opinion. But the person with the spider can have an opportunity to make a decent argument. That's the fun part. The people who are judging this cannot help those arguing on who they think should win. So if they think, Jason has such a good argument chance, but he never mentions it, it can't be used. in your judgmental call. What has to be used in your judgmental call is how they argue the fight themselves. And then once the hero wins 3 matches in a row, this hero with its abilities is officially retired as an ultimate champion. And then you can pretty much decide from there. Normally, like 3 ultimate champions can be declared the winner of Super Fight. It's a pretty basic game with a lot of different varying rules. There's also a lot of expansions for more heroes, more abilities, as well as things like locations, upgrades, and so on and so forth. So the customizability of this game is a lot of fun. It's a pretty nice and easy go-to. Basic rules, basic game, not too expensive, all around fantastic. This game is a lot of fun if you have those who are willing to put forth the effort of arguing their fighter. I did bring this to a Thanksgiving party once with my family, and my family were not into this game at all. They are very classic apples to apples kind of game players, and so when I bring in something a little bit more, I'm going to use the word arbitrary, but I don't know if that's the right word to say for this kind of situation, they weren't as big of a fan of this game. Nerds are going to love this game. Those who love comic books, who love being very mentally creative, are going to love this game. Teenagers are going to love this game. Not everyone's going to love this game. Let me just point that out. Not everyone's going to love this game. I have seen people who not love this game play this game, and it's just not as fun for those who do love this game. So it's a great game. I don't take it with me all the time. I feel like it's a very specific crowd who would want to play this game, and I think that's the hard part. Is this a fun game? If you can see yourself putting miles upon miles into this, definitely worth the purchase. But if you don't see yourself playing this a lot, if you don't see yourself playing or having the types of friends or family who plays this game a lot, it's hard to recommend. And I think that's the crazy part. This is about one of the first card games I've owned where I'm so hesitant on recommending this right now with, depending, like I said, if you know you're going to get a good kick out of this and you know you're going to get a lot of mileage out of it, no hesitations, pick it up. If you are hesitant, I'd recommend waiting. Maybe wait till there's a sale. Maybe wait and see if you can find some different versions of this, or maybe create your own kind of different style of this game. See if it plays well. See if someone else has it. See if it plays well, and then try it, and then pick it up. That would be my recommendation to you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know, who's your favorite superhero? DC, Marvel, wherever, it doesn't matter. Let me know who your favorite superhero is, and then comment down below what other types of playing cards or card games you would like to see from this channel. And as always, I will see you in the next video. Have a great day, guys.